Today on the channel, we're talking all things Zombie Sailor Series 1 with Sabu, Dino Bravo, and Earl Hebner.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for another Zombie Sailor Toys unboxing and review as we continue on with Heels and Faces Series 1 with Dino Bravo, Earl Hebner, and Sabu. But for all your wrestling figure needs and a whole lot more, hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code KYLE to save 10%. So the long wait is over. If you guys missed the other video where I unboxed Matt Cardona and Brian Myers, make sure you check that out. That is on the channel. And while you're here, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. But today, we're taking a look at the other three in Series 1. And I gotta say, I am very excited as Dino Bravo is in here. And that is the one I was anticipating the most, as Dino Bravo, easily one of the most missed wrestling superstars of all time. We never got an LJN. We never got a Hasbro. We never got a Jakks Classic Superstar. We never got a Mattel Elite. He just missed out on everything, and I'm very happy to finally get a Dino Bravo figure here in my collection. Hopefully we get a Mattel style, something along those lines. Even if Cella has to do it, I'll take it, as we need Dino Bravo represented in our action figure collection. So there you go. But we're, of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And let's kick it off here. I did show these in the last video. Figured I'd show them again just in case. We did get flyers with Zombie, a nice touch. There is Series 2 coming at you very, very soon. Pre-orders very soon. Get after that. A nice poster of everything that's kind of been announced, released, shown in figure form so far. A nice throw-in from Zombie. And then we did get Series 1. Looks good right there. And then, of course, on the back, a nice thank you letter from Zombie. Very nice attention to detail. Very cool for a customer. Gives you that small time feel, because Mattel doesn't really send you thank you notes and things like that with their figures. So that is a nice touch on the Zombie Sailor side right there. So without further ado, let's dive into this. I got to get with Dino Bravo first. I'm excited for Sabu too. You guys know I'm an ECW guy, but old Dino Bravo's history in the making right here. And there he is, old Dino. Now, Dino's a guy I never took seriously as a kid as a world title contender, or an intercontinental contender even, really. But he just was good enough to be dangerous. And he was around, of course, with Jimmy Hart, the Rougeau brothers, Earthquake, which we'll bring out here in this video to put with. Dino Bravo is just a stalwart of that time, that era. Unfortunately, met quite the demise, and sad to say, he was gunned down, if you guys ever saw Dark Side of the Ring or knew that story before that. But we never got a figure, and this is awesome. So I am very excited. Beautiful shot of Dino Bravo. You know that's him all day long. You got the figure right there, Heels and Faces. The Ron Rudat plug at the top in the SummerSlam kind of vibe. I love that attention to detail. And then we get the back, we get the cross-sell, you get the UPCs, you get the warnings, you get the glamour shots, of course, and then you get the little bio for old Dino down there. Let's see what it says back here. One thing, too, is the Ron Rudat blueprint, I think, is a very cool touch by Zombie. I hope he keeps his packaging kind of designed throughout, because I really do like that, and I like to see where Dino started from Ron Rudat's pencil, or pen. Is he confident enough to go in pen? I'm guessing pencil. But it does look really good on the back here. Height 6 feet tall, 265 pounds, from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Beautiful this time of year. The Canadian strongman once bench pressed over 700 pounds. Bravo's strength helps him dominate opponents with ease. Has feuded with many of pro wrestling's top stars. Yeah, he has. That is for sure. But looks really good. I like Dino Bravo. I'm here for it all day long. Let's get Dino out of the package. I'm trying to be as nice as I can to this package. That's what I'm trying to do. So there he is. There's old Dino. Looking good. Looking great. See you later, Dino Bravo. Oh, baby. Now we got Dino Bravo out of the package. And it's really cool opening these up. It is cool. Just because it's Dino Bravo, we never received. But it does have that Hasbro shine. I know Zombie's talked about that. You know, Cella and them, they just don't have that shine. They still look great, but they just don't have that gloss to them. And I don't know what that is. I'm not a scientist. I play one on YouTube from time to time. But I absolutely do love the glossiness on this one. It does look really, really good. Dino Bravo, I'm fairly certain you give me this head sculpt, I'm going to know it's Dino Bravo. So it is a good head sculpt here. I don't know about the mouth being open. That looks kind of weird. He's got a little weirdness to his mouth, but it is what it is. And he's got the dark eyebrows. If you've ever seen Dino Bravo without his blonde hair, it's always shocking to me. It always looks weird. I'm so used to him with the blonde, but he does have the dark eyebrows here. Very, very pale skin. Dino Bravo, a guy I didn't see a lot of sun up there in old Montreal. He was always pretty pale. And then, of course, the blue tights, his iconic blue tights. Really knew about these all the time. And they got the nice design on the back of the trunks, giving us something there. Black knee pads, white boots. You know, he's an old school man's man wrestler back in the day from Montreal. So it does look good. The arms, once again, they definitely do feel a little gangly. A little bit longer. I don't know. It's just, that's how it is. But these are cartoony style figures to a degree. Obviously the Hasbro, you know who they are, but it's not quite like a Mattel Elite in this style. I think it looks fabulous for what it is. No wrist tape, anything like that, but Dino does have two fists. He came to party. He came to play. He came to throw some haymakers. He is here, but looks really good. Head articulation, waist articulation, you get that going on. Just a fabulous Dino Bravo. You could have done a lot worse for his first figure. It could have been a Titantron for all we know. That would have really been down in the dumps, but I like this. I like what this is. Of course, we got Earthquake. Him and Earthquake coming in, trying to stop the Ultimate Warrior. Come on, get out of here with that. But it definitely looks good standing there next to Earthquake. Definitely looks more like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. It definitely looks more realistic, I guess. Realistic than Earthquake does. So they do scale together. They do go together. I would just say you could definitely tell these aren't from the same line. I guess that's what I'm looking for. Definitely look good together. You can just tell this is a lot more modern than this one is. Not bad. That's not a bad thing necessarily, but I'm here for it. I like it. I'm not going to display these guys together as much as I want to. I'm going to display zombie stuff separate from my Hasbros, but if you want to, you can definitely mix and match these guys in together. I don't see any problem with that. So there we go. We got those two off to the side. Now we got to turn our attention to Sabu. Of course, Sabu, a favorite of mine. Growing up, I just couldn't believe the things Sabu did, and I still can't believe him after all these years. There's old Sabu looking only like a Sabu could look if he was wearing green pants in a Zombie Sailor toy line. That's how he would look. And we do know, I believe is it a New York Comic Con exclusive? More on that soon. We will get another repaint, or a repaint of Sabu. I believe it was blue tights. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I know there's another Sabu coming. I'll have to get that one just because I love me some Sabu, and I need a Sabu figure in the elite scale, and Cella is bringing that to us sometime hopefully this year, maybe early next year. Packaging very similar to Dino Bravo. Of course, underneath his feet, you got his name. On the back of the package, across cell, you got some artwork from Ron Rudat. You got the blurb, you got the UPCs, you got the warnings. You got all that fun stuff back here. Looks really good. Sabu, 6 feet tall, 235 pounds, from Bombay, Michigan. Oh, beautiful this time of year. The homicidal, suicidal, genocidal Sabu has been putting opponents through tables for nearly 30 years. And if you weren't there when Sabu was first making his name in ECW, and then he went to WWE for a little bit, went to WCW for a little bit, for like a week, 2 weeks, something like that, just the danger, the electricity in the air with Sabu. You didn't know what was going to happen. And that's what I love so much about ECW, is it didn't feel safe. It felt like dangerous at all times. And that's what's missing for me in a lot of wrestling in this day and age, I guess. Known for his high-flying, death-defying style, Sabu influence on the pro wrestling world can be seen in nearly every match today. I agree with that. I agree with that. I am all in there. Sabu's body is covered in scars from brutal barbed wire matches. And once again, check those out. I actually just watched Born to be Wired last night. Terry Funk versus Sabu, an all-timer. I'll never forget as a kid sitting behind my computer in an AOL chat room in the Midwest, of course. This is going on in Philadelphia. Somebody was there live giving play-by-play, and your imagination's going through. And oh my gosh, they're caught in the barbed wire for like 25 minutes on outside of the ring. I was just like, what is going on? And Terry Funk was my all-time favorite, still an all-time favorite of mine. Just a wild, wild time. Great time to be a fan of wrestling for sure. But without further ado, let's get old Sabu out of the package. Old Sabu, and like I said, I'm here for all the Sabus and RVDs. Any ECW guys I can get, man, I'm here for that all day long. There's old Sabu in the package. See you later off to the side. There he goes. And let's get Sabu here. And we do get our first accessory. Our first accessory so far. We do get, gosh, what are these things called? Not a sash, not a hat. Not a do-rag. I don't know what we're calling it, but Sabu, a trademark of Sabu, a trademark of the Sheik, a trademark of the Iron Sheik, many others. A little bit of paint against here, a little bit of bleed from the packaging, some black on there. might be able to scuff out. Maybe I can get a dry erase marker or something, get that out of there. But it does feel good. It is plastic. Got the nice red band on the top. Red and gold band, I should say. But it looks really good. Headdress for what we're going to call it. Put that on Dino Bravo for a second here. Chic Dino. But Sabu, man, this is awesome. This truly could be the jewel of the set here. It really could. And I think at the end of this video, we're going to rank the entire wave. We're going to do it like we do the Elites. I'm going to put them from my least favorite to my favorite in this series. I love this Sabu. This is great. You give me this head, I know it's Sabu. I'm a big Sabu fan, so I know it's Sabu. The hair looks good. The face looks good. Just beautiful. Like really like a piece of art here. This is what this looks like. And then you get the one hand. Of course, it's always pointing up to the sky, as we all know. We need Fonzie. Let's get us Fonzie in here. He does, yep, okay. He's got Sabu, the wrist tape around his arm. His bicep looks good. The wrist, how about? Looks good. The taped up hands look good. The taped up around the waist with kind of the sash hanging off there. The kind of green parachute pants he stole from MC Hammer back in the day. That looks really good. And of course, the scars all over the body. That's the attention to detail here. Scars throughout the arm, the back, the front. Everywhere we got scars, down to the white boots. An interesting pose here. Hopefully he stands okay. That could be trouble. This could be trouble. He could be like some of the Hasbros that don't stand the best. As he's got a... Yeah, see, I can't get him to stand. So that is a little disappointing. I don't like that, especially... I guess you could put him on a ringside... will he fit on a ringside stand? I'm not totally sure here. Oh, no, he will not. At least not right now. But standing Sabu could be an issue, so I don't like to see that. I wish he would stand up. Hopefully, going forward, all their figures stand up on their own without stands. I think that is key. Because, yeah, he's just going to topple over all the time. So you got to get some sticky tack or something down there is kind of the recommendation. But definitely looks good. Definitely looks like Sabu. I'm here for it. Beautiful, beautiful. Got a little bit of paint scuff down here, but not terrible. And I do like the raisedness. I didn't even feel that, but the scars on Sabu are raised up, so it is into the sculpt. It's not just painted on there, and that is great attention to detail. And I will grab Hayabusa from Cella. Of course, there are wars in ECW and Japan. Very similar go-to-market strategies here. As we got scars all over Hayabusa. Much more detail on Sabu's scars. And then one thing, if you guys saw the review, I think it's been on Patreon for a while, maybe not traditional YouTube as this comes out, but there's no scarring on the back of Hayabusa, and he should be just like Sabu here. Sabu, attention to detail, got it on the back of the Cella. Hayabusa, no scarring. So that is a little bit of disappointment. But Hayabusa does stand up on his own. Sabu does not. So take note of that, I guess I'd say there. But Sabu, absolutely fabulous. Absolutely love this figure. My only gripe, doesn't stand. Doesn't stand. I should say headdress does go on him. Of course, it was on him in the package. But that really completes the Sabu look. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I'll here all day for that. Give me more Sabus. Give me more Sabus. Now we turn our attention to Earl Hebner, and this is one of the things that was missing from, of course, the Hasbro line in my childhood. LJNs, we had a referee. We never got a referee for our Hasbro, so now all these years later, I can see a lot of Hasbro collectors. I don't want the rest of them, but I need that Earl Hebner. That's going to go. I need a referee. I bet you there's some of that going on, so that is really cool. But there's old Earl Hebner right there. Earl, not his first figure. I believe he had, a Titantron. He had a Jakks Legends of the Ring. No Mattel, unfortunately, but he does look good in the package. And this one we do get an extra hand with, so that'll be a really interesting accessory. See how that works with him. So there's Heels and Faces, Zombie Sailor, Ron Rudat at the top, all that fun stuff. On the back, you got UPCs, you got warnings, you got cross sells, you got blurbs, you got it all. It's all back there. Earl Hebner, what's to say about him? 5'7", 161 pounds, from Richmond, Virginia. Beautiful this time of year, I've been told. Virginia is for lovers. That's what I've been told. I've been told that. Somebody can fact check that if they want. Any of you Virginians out there. He has officiated countless historic main event matches from wrestling's biggest events. No doubt there. Earl is actually an evil twin. And yes, he is. If you really do the math on that, that does check out as well. So Earl looking really good. Very, very photoshopped picture of him. I noticed that when they first showed this. It just almost looks like the ghost of Earl Hebner. Not to be morbid, because unfortunately his brother Dave just did die, but it almost looks like one of those pictures that would be at a funeral. Is kind of how that reminds me of. So, interesting there. Let's pull Earl Hebner out. See what all the fuss is about. And there has been fuss on this entire line, as we know. There's been a lot of fuss over the last couple of weeks. But Earl Hebner out of the package, off to the races. See you later. Now let's look at Earl. Now we do get an extra hand with Earl, and he's pointing the 1. He's giving it the old 1 count, or you got the old 2. Would have liked to seen another hand with the 3, but beggars can't be choosers for sure. But that does tell us, yes, it does. We do get the articulation on the hand, which I assumed we would. How hard is it to pop this out? Pops out extremely easy. Not fighting, nothing like that. Other one goes in just as easy. So got to say the playability, the aspect of changing the hands, very, very easy to do here. That is really cool. So you can do the 1 or 2 hand, your choice on that one. Let's break down old Earl Hebner. Oh, we get some serious articulation on Earl. I wasn't aware here. Right at the elbow, you get some side-to-side turn. Of course, the arms go up and down. You got to have this hand up here, the flat hand, so he could do the counting. Perfect idea for Zombie there. I'm glad he did that. Head movable as well. Waist movable. And legs are not movable. So that's the articulation here. Now, when I think of Earl Hebner, I think of more of the striped shirt, which is funny because, well, I don't know if it's funny because I guess it depends who you ask. What's his classic time? Was it the Evil Twin angle, that time frame, or was it more of the Attitude Era and stuff like that? And I guess when I think of Earl Hebner, I think of it more as Attitude Era, but I definitely remember this aspect of Earl Hebner. And we saw the Ron Rudat drawing on the back of the package. Wouldn't be shocked to see an alternate Earl Hebner down the line with the stripes on instead. That's an easy repaint. Once again, gotta get the most out of your molds no matter who you are, and I think Zombie will do that eventually is my guess if I was a betting man. We get Earl in his nice bow tie going on, very, very dapper right there. The button-down shirt, nice sculpt on the button-down shirt as well. You can feel that. It's just not in there. It is actual sculpt. Shiny black shoes, shiny black pants, looking really good. No paint issues, nothing like that going on. Just a really, really solid looking figure of Earl Hebner. I don't know if I could tell you this is Earl Hebner if you just gave me the head. That's one of the tests I always do. It's definitely younger Earl Hebner, that's for sure. This is definitely younger Earl Hebner, but very solid and very cool. It's a thing that could fit a lot of different people's collections. Let's say somebody's out on the zombies. I'm all in on the Cella game. Well, you need a referee for your Cellas. That's where he comes in. If you want to just collect old Hasbros, guess what? This could come in there as well. And then, of course, if you're a Zombie Sailor completionist, you got to have him as well. So a lot of opportunities for Earl Hebner in the collection. And Earl looks really good. He's standing tall. He's standing good. He stands up. He's not falling over like our pal Sabu, any of that kind of stuff. Let's grab some of the other guys. Of course, we got Matt and Brian. We unboxed them in a separate video. Make sure you check that one out. We'll put old Dino Bravo over here. Move Earthquake out. Maybe put Earl. You can kind of see Earl against Atom Bomb as well. Adam's a lot taller, as he should be. But let's put all these guys here. Now, Sabu, unfortunately, will not stand up. That is disappointing for me. I really wish he would stand up. But boy, this is a tough one. If I'm going to put him in order of my favorite based on the sculpts and stuff, even though he has an issue not being able to stand, I am going to go Sabu #1. Just because I'm such a Sabu fan, such a hardcore ECW fan, but the detail on the scar, the added accessory, I wish he stood up, like I said. Just absolutely love this Sabu. I love this Sabu. Just a great, great figure. He's going to be my favorite here in this line. Second favorite in the line, I'm going to go Dino Bravo just because. Is he the most bells and whistles of the set? Absolutely not. He is not the most bells and whistles, but he looks good, and it fits a glaring hole in our collection for many years. So I'm here for this all day long. I'm here for this Dino Bravo. Just looks fabulous. After that, I'm going to have to give it to Matt Cardona. The extra paint applications and the position he is posed in is better than Brian Myers, unfortunately. I am not a jumper guy, even though this isn't a jumper. Nothing against anybody at this table. It's just how I view the figures. I'm going to go. So I'm going with Sabu, Dino Bravo, Matt Cardona, Brian Myers, and Earl Hebner is going to be last for me because he isn't a wrestler. Yes, he fits a spot in the collection. I do think out of all the head sculpts, he has the weakest one, but this one is one that fills a lot of holes, and I think as a whole, this line is off to a hot start. A hot start, some stumbles. Obviously didn't get it in a full year like we were hoping. There's been some PR issues, I guess we'd say, out there on the internet. But for all intents and purposes, a fabulous set. Came to me, shipped perfectly. I didn't have any real dings or anything like that. I gotta say, I like this set. I will be buying Series 2. I will be pre-ordering. We'll see what happens from then on out. But I do have Danhausen coming. I do have Jeff Jarrett. As of right now, I'm all in on the Zombie Sailor, unless he gets too crazy with some of these repaints. And I don't know if Zombie's watching this or not, but Don't go down the Jonah road. Don't give us 5 different Dino Bravos in different colors. Don't do that. A couple of repaints here and there is not a bad thing, but to make 4 or 5 versions of everybody, to me, that turns a lot of people off to the toy line. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But what do I know? I just sit here and review toys and do my thing. But a very, very solid Series 1. I am here for it all day long. But are you here for it all day long? You tell me your thoughts on this set. Put them in order if you can. Let me know your thoughts. And then make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on the little notification bell. Like this video, of course. That always helps the channel. And subscribe for it as well. And then follow along on Patreon for this video, many other videos much, much earlier. Giveaways, exclusive content, bonus content. You guys know the drill by now. SirPaul64 is where you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Zombie Sailor Series 1, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.